The Fiat 500e has always stood out as one of those cars that takes the idea of mobility and reshapes it in a way that feels more like fashion than simple transportation. And for 2026 it has returned with updates that make it more modern, more connected, and more competitive than ever in the electric city car segment. What we have here is not just a compact vehicle meant for darting around urban streets, but a car that feels like a statement piece, designed to make you smile while also ticking the boxes of practicality, efficiency, and eco-consciousness. This is the latest interpretation of Fiat's long-standing design icon, and for buyers in Europe and beyond, it represents an affordable gateway into EV ownership without feeling stripped down or compromised. Right from the start, when you approach the new Fiat 500e, you're reminded of why this car has been such a cultural icon since the very beginning. Its rounded, retro-inspired silhouette has been preserved, but Fiat has infused modernity in every detail. At the very front, the car greets you with a face that is playful yet serious about aerodynamics. The headlamps retain the traditional circular look, almost like wide-eyed expressions, but they are now entirely LED with a crisp, premium glow. Split into two distinct lighting elements, the upper daytime running lights are positioned right at the bonnet line, giving the car a kind of winking signature when illuminated. The lower main projectors handle the actual road duties, and the result is a layered, futuristic look that still manages to nod at the original Cinquecento. The closed-off grille area emphasizes its electric nature, with subtle chrome details or body-colored accents depending on trim level, and the Fiat badge is now proudly written in script lettering, while the classic 500 badge sits squarely in the center. Shifting your gaze to the side, you immediately notice how the proportions of this new generation make it appear slightly more substantial than the outgoing model. The wheelbase has grown a bit, offering more stability and a tad more room inside, but it's still compact enough to slip into the tightest European alleyways or parallel parking spaces in busy city centers. Character lines are simple yet sculpted with intent. The short overhangs, the upright A-pillars, and the rounded roofline all combine to give that unmistakable 500 silhouette. Wheel options range from modest but stylish 15-inch alloys all the way up to more striking 17-inch multi-spoke designs that really fill the arches nicely. Even in its side profile, you can tell this car is about charm rather than aggression, but it manages to look planted and contemporary at the same time. Moving around to the back, the retro-modern theme continues. The taillights are slim and rectangular, set with an inner body-colored section that creates a hollow-style design when illuminated at night. It's clever, fun, and makes the 500e instantly recognizable even in the dark. The rear hatch is smooth and simple, with the 500e badging proudly displayed to remind you that this is the fully electric model. A small roof spoiler adds a dash of sportiness while also improving aerodynamics. There's no need for exhaust pipes here, of course, and that gives the rear bumper a clean finish that feels very deliberate. The rear window is small but stylish, adding to that classic bubble-like form factor that Fiat has mastered for decades. It's a rear end that is as playful as it is neat, and it fits perfectly with the overall personality of the car. Step inside the 2026 Fiat 500e and you're greeted with an interior that blends minimalism with Italian flair. Fiat has made sure the cabin feels like a proper step into the EV era, so gone are the cluttered buttons of old. Instead, you're met with a clean dashboard that stretches horizontally with body-colored panels or eco-friendly finishes depending on the trim. In front of the driver, a compact digital instrument cluster provides all the crucial information such as speed, range, navigation prompts, and battery usage. The display is bright and legible even in harsh sunlight, and it can be customized to show what matters most to you on the move. At the center of the dash sits a 10.25-inch touchscreen running the latest Uconnect 5 software. This infotainment system is intuitive, snappy, and compatible with both wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The graphics are crisp, and the system responds quickly to inputs, something that's crucial in a car that's often used for quick, spontaneous trips. Below the screen, Fiat has wisely included a row of tactile shortcut buttons for volume, climate, and hazard lights, so you're not diving into menus for every single function. The steering wheel is two-spoke, retro in design but thoroughly modern in execution, featuring haptic controls and a leather-wrapped trim that feels premium for this segment. Space in the Fiat 500e is naturally tight because of its city car footprint, but Fiat has optimized it to feel airy and comfortable. The front seats are well padded, with sustainable materials such as recycled fabrics or optional eco-leather depending on the trim. The rear seats are best reserved for short trips or smaller passengers, but the expanded wheelbase compared to previous generations does free up a bit more legroom. The cargo area in the back is modest, but folding the seats expands usability for those quick grocery runs or overnight bags. Clever storage solutions like a wireless charging pad, open shelves, and deep cup holders make the cabin more practical than you might expect in such a small package. Performance is where the Fiat 500e surprises many people. because although it's designed primarily as a city runabout, it brings just enough punch to make it feel lively and engaging. The electric motor produces around 118 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque, delivered instantly the way only an EV can. This means the 500e sprints from 0 to 60 in just under 9 seconds, which may not sound blistering on paper, but behind the wheel it feels quick thanks to the immediate torque delivery and the lightweight nature of the car. Top speed is capped around 93 miles per hour, more than enough for highway cruising in Europe or urban commutes elsewhere. The battery pack comes in two sizes, with the larger 42 kWh unit offering up to about 200 miles of range on the WLTP cycle, or closer to 150 miles in real-world mixed driving. That makes it perfectly suited for daily city use and the occasional longer weekend drive. Fast charging capability allows the 500e to recharge from 0 to 80% in just around 35 minutes when plugged into a 85 kW DC fast charger, while a standard level 2 home charger will refill the battery overnight without issue. Fiat has focused on making the charging experience simple, predictable, and painless, and that makes the car attractive to first-time EV buyers who don't want complications. On the road, the Fiat 500e feels light, nimble, and perfectly tuned for its environment. The steering is quick and responsive, giving you the confidence to dart through tight gaps and weave around city traffic. The suspension is tuned on the firmer side to keep body roll in check, but it still absorbs bumps fairly well given the short wheelbase. The low placement of the battery pack also gives the 500e a low center of gravity, which translates to stable handling even when cornering more enthusiastically. Regenerative braking is well calibrated, and with the Sherpa mode engaged, the car maximizes efficiency by limiting top speed, softening throttle response, and dialing up regeneration to stretch every last mile of range. Pricing for the 2026 Fiat 500e keeps it within the affordable EV bracket, making it a compelling option for those wanting to transition to electric without overspending. In Europe, the starting price is expected to hover around the equivalent of €28,000 to €30,000, depending on market incentives, with higher trims climbing toward €35,000. In the US, where the Fiat 500e has made its return, pricing starts in the low $30,000 range, with well-equipped models reaching closer to $35,000. That puts it in line with competitors like the Mini Cooper say, Honda E in some regions, and even base trims of larger EVs. Fiat positions the 500e as a lifestyle product as much as a vehicle, so buyers are really paying for a combination of style, personality, and electric practicality. At the end of the day, the 2026 Fiat 500e is not trying to be everything for everyone. It's not designed to haul big families across long distances, nor is it pretending to be a performance EV with outrageous numbers. Instead, it knows exactly what it is: a chic, compact, electric city car that brings joy to driving, ease to ownership, and individuality to design. For urban dwellers, young professionals, or anyone looking for a second car that's efficient. And in its newest 2026 form, it feels ready to win over another generation of drivers. This has been our detailed look at the 2026 Fiat 500e here on Car Flash Drive. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our future uploads. Let us know in the comments what you think of the new 500e, whether you'd consider it as your next EV, and how you feel about its mix of retro styling and modern electric technology. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next drive.